Welcome to Embracing Infinity, exploring the infinite oneness in the space of love and truth. Host Jennifer Rose is an international spiritual medium, healer, channeler, mentor, and transformational guide. Her focus is encouraging individuals to know themselves within the lens of their divine heart and highest potential, to evolve within the frequency of love and peaceful harmony. Now, here's your host, Jennifer Rose.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Embracing Infinity. I'm Jennifer Rose, and we are on the Sacred Spiral Network. Happy Friday, happy weekend to everybody, and I hope this day is finding you well as we roll into another summer sunshiny weekend. Hope it's not too hot, but if it is, it's still beautiful. Yes? Yes. Okay. I'm so excited to be having my special guest, Tammy Lynn Terrell, on in just a few minutes. She's absolutely wonderful. You are going to love it. We're going to have so much fun. And this is a time for smiles and awesomeness. So thank you for all joining us here today. As we get rolling, I have just a few quick announcements for you all. To this coming Sunday is my final Sunday for the Love of Spirit Sunday spiritual service until September. We're going to be taking a little summer break from service. And it's a special 2-hour event. We've got medium Bill Hughes joining us. He's from the UK. He's fabulous. He has a heart of gold. I've been trying for 2 years to get him scheduled, and I finally did it. So I'm super, super excited. Joining us, of course, is Team Angel, Kelly Brickle, Nancy Maritala, and Fran Pierce as well. So it's going to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. To join us for that, please go to my website, mediumjenniferrose.com, and you can sign up, name and email. If you wish to make a donation, it's not required, but if you wish to, I always give a portion of it to charity. So it's a way of giving back and doing good for the world as well. So thank you for that. We hope that you'll be able to join us. It's going to be full of love. All of our services are. So if you're wanting to feel a pick-me-up, you're wanting to feel a wave of love move through you that you can take on through the rest of your week, this will be the place to go. So we hope to see you too. Also today, my friends, we have Michael Christopher and Jennifer Lee for Spiritually Imperfect at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and that is 1 a.m. in the UK. So stay tuned for that. After we get done with Embracing Infinity, you'll have some dinner, have some lunch, go shopping, and then come on back for that. So you don't want to miss that as well, too. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all for that and this Sunday for the Love of Spirit Sunday spiritual service. With that, let me try to say hi to everybody too. I'd like to catch up. I saw Miss Evelyn was here, so I want to say hi to Evelyn over on YouTube. You always bring your beautiful energy and smiles, so we thank you, beautiful. Hi, Christine. Thanks for being here. Great to see you, Christine. I saw my friend Jeffrey is here too. Big hugs, Jeffrey. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting always. Hello, beautiful Nancy. How are you, my gorgeous, fabulous fashion queen? There we are. Good to see you. And I love you, Christine, too. So thanks for being here as well, too. Hi, Sandra. Thank you for joining us. I hope you are doing well. Hi, Jennifer. Hello, beautiful Jennifer, too. The Eagles are soaring, my friend. So good to see you. And thanks. It was fun to see you earlier over on Lynn's show. It was fabulous. So if you have a chance to go watch the replay of Kaleidoscope of the Soul. She did such a wonderful job talking about spirit animals. So I highly recommend it. It was a beautiful show. Lots of love was shared there too. Hi to Brenda. Good to see you again. Hi, Brenda. Thanks for being here. Hi, Dom. Thanks for being here. All the love is here, all the friends. These really are love fests. I'm telling you, these shows on the Sacred Spiral, it's all a big love fest because we all just are in that flow and in so open-hearted. So I'm truly blessed, and I hope you all feel the same as well. Hi, Karen. How you doing? How's my Karen doing? Lovely to see you too. Karen has a lovely podcast over on YouTube, and Kelly and I have had the honor of being guests on her podcast too. And I want to say Beyond the Veil, but I know it's Inner Realms, Outer Journeys. There I go. So please check out Karen. She's got a lot of wonderful interviews and a lot of things that she's sharing of herself as well. Give her a follow and a subscribe over there too. So thank you. Thank you. Hi, Jamie. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hello to you as well. Hi, Mark. Good to see you too. Good to see you again. Hi, Pamela. Good to see you. Hi, Sandra. There's Sir Ronnie Shabazian. How are you doing, my friend? Looking cool. So thank you for joining us. I hope you're doing well today. Ronnie's always in a good mood, so he always brings the love and the sunshine wherever he goes. So we're very, very happy about that. So again, if you're just joining us, thank you for being here. I am so excited to have Tammy on in just a minute. And hi, Kate. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. And we have our For the Love of Spirit Sunday service this Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. in the UK, with the fabulous Bill Hughes as our guest medium. Fran Pierce will be doing her poetry, and the angels Nancy Maritala and Kelly Brick will join us as well, because they always contribute, sharing some inspiration and healing with us as well. So it's going to be wonderful. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you Sunday. Hi, Arlene. Good to see you too. And we'll stay tuned for Michael Christopher at 5 p.m. So just in case anyone just popped in, I want to make sure I get that out one more time. And again, let's do it. Let's welcome the beautiful, the magnificent, the charming Tammy Terrell.
Hello, everybody. Hello,
Hi,
hello. My
Tammy.
apologies.
Hi.
Mercury's definitely Gatorade because yeah, laptop wouldn't work, and here I am on a phone. So my apologies, guys, for the delay. Just be patient with me, okay?
That's okay. It's okay. And you have a podcast of your own, so we're familiar with these tech
I
issues. They happen, and
do.
that's why you're a pro. We knew what to do, and we're like, we're gonna make it work no matter what.
Yes.
There you go. Okay. Yes. Okay. There's a lot of beautiful friends that are very excited to see you here today, Tammy. So I know we're going to have a wonderful time. So they're all coming in and saying hi to you. You should be able to see them pop up on your screen, even if you're not able to see the comments column too. So they're all coming in to say hello to you. Hi, June. Good afternoon to you too.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope to. Yes, it's an honor. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I will try to pop up the messages here, but thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here. Such a wonderful opportunity with you, you precious soul.
Well, I feel the same about you. So you have such a beautiful, lovely, light-filled but soul-filled presence that all come
So,
together.
yeah. So I'm hoping for more opportunities. So, um, I wanted to, if it's okay with you, to kind of start and talk about some of the kind of how I got here in so many ways.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm going to read your bio for you, and then we'll roll into that. Would that be good? We have a little delay, so everybody just hang in there with us. So let me read your bio, and then we'll go
Please.
into. Does that sound okay? Okay. And I want to say
Okay.
hi to
Sounds
everybody
great.
who's joined us: Susan and Arnie and Jill. So thank you all for coming in. I see you. So and Kay, I want to say hi to you too. So okay. So let me read to everybody all about you, and then you can take it from there. Miss Tammy Lynn Terrell is a licensed therapist by trade for over 28 years. Yeah, I still need them. Working in over 10 countries as a military counselor. She is the co owner of a group counseling center for almost 20 years. As an intuitive, Tammy is currently doing virtual astrology readings as she works toward her certification in trauma-informed astrology. She is the producer and director of the podcast Texas Desert Rose, where she highlights the triumph of the human spirit from many countries and a presenter of various mental health topics. In addition, she was on the weekly Ask the Therapist radio show on Armed Forces Network regarding topics such as boundary setting, surviving trauma, introversion and extroversion, relationship communication, and many others. She is currently in discussions to continue the same show at a radio conglomerate in Texas. That's where she's from. Tammy enjoys singing as a hobby, headlining bands. She enjoys singing a variety of genres such as rock, country, and bluegrass. Hint, hint. So, I'm a music lover, and so is everybody else. So, if we're lucky, thank
Yeah.
you, Arnie. Thank you. Yes, please hit the reaction button, like, follow, subscribe, share. We so appreciate it. So appreciate. Big hugs and kisses for doing that. So, thank you. Thank you. All right. Tammy, how
You.
did you get here, my beautiful angel?
If you ask me something, Jennifer, it's delaying.
I
So,
did. I
what did you
did.
ask me?
I asked you, I said, so Tammy, how did we arrive at this point to where you do all of these wonderful things for so many people and have all of these gifts? We've titled this Living a Cosmic Life. And I do understand you had a more traditional religious kind of upbringing. And now you're an astrologer and you are living quite cosmically, a free spirit, and doing all of these fabulous, magical, amazing things. So how did we get there, my dear?
Well, I think probably for those of you who get into astrology, I am a Gemini moon, Capricorn sun born on Christmas Day, which really appeals to my Leo rising. And so I've got a nice balance of air, water, and earth. And so, as you said, Jennifer, I was raised beside my precious grandmother, who's now a spirit guide for me, dancing in. So, standing beside her in a very, like, the most conservative church most of my childhood, I began to notice that it couldn't contain my energy and my spirit, and she released me in such a huge way because I said, Mama, very Texas name. I said, Mama, I don't know that this particular church is really for me. I think I'm ready to try something different. And I was probably about 10 or 11. And she said, well, baby, God don't care where you go. And it really released me to just go find what worked for me. She knows the power of it today, but I don't think she realized back then how much it meant to me. And so that was the first act of faith. And then there were so many, but because, there wasn't a lot of money and stuff. And the message I got was, um, I said I wanted to go to college. And the main message was college students are weird. But as Spirit often does, we moved on a street that led right up to the University of North Texas. And in the summers, we'd go play there on the campus. And I would walk in the smell of the university and seeing all of these students just studying. And I just knew I was supposed to be there. Here's the magical part. There was no money whatsoever. My family did the best they could, but there just wasn't. And I hadn't thought about that part. And when it came to time to go show up for freshman orientation, I knew I was supposed to be there. So goofy me just went, had a week of orientation, but I didn't think about the fact we're going to present. I looked at that bill and I just broke down in tears and said, what am I going to do? And luckily, I had someone assist me and show me how to do Pell Grant and all of that, which helped a little bit. But I knew that I would not stay in college. And this is all going to come together, I promise you. That I would not stay in college and keep getting a huge bill. That's just me. My Capricorn wouldn't allow it. And I did a semester, and unfortunately, my father went into a coma. He's a veteran, Navy veteran. And in fact, I signed the paperwork to take him off the machines at the ripe age of 19 years old. And then I received a month later a letter that said that he got the posthumous 100% disability. and which allowed me and my brothers, if I chose, to go to college and to pay for it. So that was the lesson number one, that trust the process, trust your gut, do what you know you're supposed to do, and a way will be made. And it was magical for me. I ended up getting a couple of degrees, one in business, the other one in counseling. And the next thing I knew, I'm getting an opportunity to work military, which to me was a giving back. He was based out of Okinawa with our Navy. And I've been to Okinawa a few times to counsel on military children, which is kind of a giving back for me. And I never, ever, ever, ever saw my life going there. And so that's kind of the beginnings. And of course, living in those countries, I have been around Hindu, I've been around Muslim, Catholic, Protestant, Buddhist. And so my second lesson, the first one was trust, follow your gut, and a way will be made. And the second one was God is everywhere. God got us. My creator, as I see him, he's everywhere. Very, very powerful. And so where does, after having just completed, you astrologers out there, my second Saturn return, where do you end up? Back in your fourth house environment. And so here I am in the most conservative area of the United States, Miss flying her freak flag over here and loving it. And I hope I didn't delay too much, but that's exactly what has led me here. And guess what? In a reading with our own Steve Spur here out of Waxahachie. Hello, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
My grandmother came through and said, don't forget your amethyst. My amethyst was sitting right beside me. She goes, don't forget your amethyst. And so that same grandmother that I stood beside and sang with all those years in a Pentecostal church is now one of my spirit guides. That was a long story.
That's a beautiful story. Thank you, Tammy. And I don't know how we're going to cover everything in 1 hour. We have to just do this again soon enough, you know.
Darn. When
I know,
Marcus
right?
not Gatorade, please.
I know, right? Exactly. I know when your computer's working, it's like
Yes.
the camera was on, but it wasn't. So, but that, to be honest with you, I was just in trance last night with my group of ladies I meet with, and I did like an hour channeling, and they were talking about how reality is so bendy, and they're like, these walls don't really exist, and time is not what you think it is, and they were
Wow.
talking about all of the distortions that we're experiencing. So I'm not really surprised that the camera was on, but it wasn't. It's just letting us know that there is so much more to this reality than we understand.
A nice
So,
interpretation. I like it.
oh, thank you. But I wanted to ask you, we've got the Mercury retrograde, and I do believe a new moon in Leo. What does that mean for all of us? If it's okay to go astrology, start there.
It is. I believe it was as of about 3 p.m. Central Time yesterday. That beautiful new moon went into Leo, and Leo, fire, 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 and new beginnings, of course, being the new moon. And wherever, for those of you who know your chart and those who don't, you can pull up a one for free on astro.com. If you know your birth date, birth time, and birth location, pull that up and you can see where you have Leo. Do you know where you have Leo, Jennifer?
Kelly does. Kelly could put it in the
I
private.
think it's
Kelly,
sixth house.
Kelly could put it in the private chat for me. She knows everything about my astrology.
Yes,
And
I
then I'll
think it's
tell
sixth
you.
house for you. Which is your day to day, and that means that your Leo is on blast. Wherever you have Leo, everybody, that's where you're meant to shine. Now, a particular about that is, for me, I have half of mine in my 12th house of the unconscious and the esoteric, and half in my first house of, I don't know if you can tell. And so that new moon's coming in, and it's like, since half of mine's in the 12th of the unconscious and fears and hidden enemies and all that stuff, and then half's in who I am, then what's happening is I'm going, shine. Okay, maybe not. Shine. Okay, better not. Better shut that down. Just to give you an idea. So this is whatever's happening right now, i.e. what we're doing right now, really has the beginning. So pay attention to when the full moon in Leo, which won't be in 2 weeks. It'll be probably 5-6 months from now, I would be my guess. Then you're going to see some closure or some answers to things that are starting to come up now. Was that too much of an answer? Long answer?
No, yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, that makes total sense. And like I'm going to be like cutting back on some parts of my schedule so I can get caught up on other parts. Like, I've got a lot of unfinished projects that need to be done, so that kind of makes sense. And
Yes.
and I want to go and travel, visit, all that kind of stuff too. So that makes sense for that
Oh,
too. Total sense.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Excited about that too. So hey Dom, good to see you. Dom is a Leo with Leo rising, so he's all
Double
fired up
Leo
with the
in the
Leo
house.
moon.
I like it. Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
I know Nancy's a Leo, Kelly's a Leo too. So there's a
What?
lot of Leo energy here. Yeah,
You guys put on
so
your
excited.
hats.
I know.
I love it. I love it. We can be too much for some, but man, we are also the life of the party. And especially if you've got some
Oh,
earth and maybe some water in there, it probably or air, it can pull you back a little bit too. Like I will go for it and I'll be like, "Wah!" and then I'll kind of pull back and go to the background.
yeah,
So it's that
yeah.
I've got a moon sun that are opposing. So it's like, are you going to be out? You're going to be in. Which one are you? You know?
Yeah, one of my family members is like on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, and I can see both of those because the Leo comes out in the public speaking and in the managing and the taking care of business, and the personality, and then the Cancer comes in and like all of the the sensitivity and warmth and love and
The
everything too. So
family.
that's yeah, yeah. So a real beautiful combination. So and thank you
Yeah.
all for being here as well. So we're really, really happy to see you. And so it's big times too. And I'm wondering, does this Leo moon also coincide with like a lot of people are talking about resetting right now? Like they're kind of doing what I did, like they're taking some time to kind of like get things accomplished, get things finished, kind of tie up
Yeah.
loose ends. Because I've been talking to a lot of my intuitive friends, because we all feel like there's something coming after that. And like we need to do this to make time to make space for that. Would that be correct with the new moon?
Yes, I think new moon, but I think it's even bigger than that. I think we've got our Pluto in Aquarius, and we've got
Okay.
so many huge planets that have shifted all at the same time. So we're in times that even history cannot define.
Yeah.
It it's something we've never experienced before, and where the huge shifts are, the best definition I have heard is that we're gearing up for something we have no clue is going to happen. So
Yep,
going
I've
internal.
been feeling it. I've been feeling it. Yeah, and I've been talking to some of my friends, and like even some of my private conversation, even in 2024, we knew something big was going to happen in 2025, and here it is, and and I keep saying it's getting weirder, it's getting weirder.
Yeah.
And then Kelly and I were talking about how Uranus went into Gemini, and that's one of the reasons. And Kelly's telling me it's in the eighth house
Yours is eighth
for
house?
me. Yeah, I have. She says Leo in the eighth house and Virgo in the eighth house slightly as well. And
Oh, how
and
nice.
Paula's a Virgo. There, you're not the only one, Paul. I'm sure there's another Virgo. But we're happy to.
Absolutely. And especially if you have those two conjunct in your eighth house, that is being able to see the esoteric, being able to help people understand their feelings in a very detailed way, an earthy way, which I find you to be exactly like that.
That makes total sense. That makes total sense. Karen is a Virgo here too. Karen Bonafilio, Paul. So you're in good company. You're not the only
Hey,
Virgo. And
Karen, shout out to
Virgos
Virgos.
I
They
love
keep us
Virgos.
in
They get
line.
stuff done. They get stuff done. The stuff I can't get stuff done, but you got Virgo in your chart, you get stuff done. It's like, thank God. Someone's
Yes,
going to.
the counseling co-owner, she is a strong Virgo. Strong Virgo. And
Yeah.
man, I never even wonder if things aren't running pretty smoothly.
Yeah, yeah. And I meet a lot of people who like work in hospitality, and I'm like, "Are you a Virgo?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, how'd you know?" I'm like, because they're so hospitable, they're always like taking care of everybody and everything. So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
hi
They're the
Susan.
healers.
Susan's a Virgo. Susan's a Virgo too. So look, see, we're having a Virgo party and a Leo party here
Virgo and
today.
Leo party. I didn't even think those two would go together, but they so do.
They do. They got the Bernadette is the Pisces. There we go. So very intuitive,
Oh,
very emotional and intuitive. There we
old
go.
souls. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, very much so. This is a lot of fun talking about this too. We
Oh man, I
maybe
could go on. Mm.
oh, Paul's saying he's a Virgo, but he's procrastinating and watching us instead. So we thank you for that.
Thank you for, yeah, glad to help you out, Paul. That is
Oh, that's
awesome.
too funny.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, my
Yeah.
love. Um, um, I'm going to segue in a little bit, and this can go with the astrology too. But you
Sure.
work with children.
Yes.
In a counseling capacity, and you are the sweetest, most loving, because I've gotten to know you. And hi Lynn, hi Lynn, hi Lynn. And
Thank you, Jennifer.
you have such a softness about you, and I feel like you are like me. We're both very playful, but we've gotten that way. We've regained our sort of like playful spirit, childlike essence, because we've moved through the fire and come back out the other end, and the work you do and the way that you are is just you're full of wonder, and I absolutely, it's one of my favorite parts about you. Too, in your work with kids, and because you'd be the perfect person to do this work too. I've also been getting a strong inclination from spirit with this big shift we're having, that it's all about the kids right now. That's what I'm getting. It's all about the kids. We have to help the kids. We have to change the way that we're perceiving them, taking care of them, parenting them, because this seems to be very instrumental in the evolution. So I'm wondering what you could provide from what you know of the astrology and so forth, and your experience with children, because I'm getting a really strong, it's really strong. Like, we've got to change the way we take care of our children so that
Yes.
we can evolve.
Well, of course, you're getting my anecdotal experience, but it's been quite a few years. I think it counts for a lot, and in different cultures, at least 7 different cultures that I've worked in, with both military as well as the culture's children. Um, so, and just a little bit of astrology nerdiness here. My chart ruler is Sun, and I have Sun in the 5th house. Um, Conjunct my part of fortune and my vertex and all of that stuff. So, children, I didn't even have a clue until probably I got into college for the counseling, and I found myself specializing in play therapy to work with children with trauma, and just working in general with kids. What I have found, call it crystal children or whatever. I don't know what the newest terms are. They are very strong personalities, very strong
Yeah.
personalities, and the hard balance, it seems like, and Lord knows I don't have all the answers for this, but I see parents either completely cater to them and make sure they never feel any discomfort, or much grace to all parenting. Truly, it's cliche, but cliche for a reason. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Or going the other direction and, you know, rigid rules. When what is the answer? It depends on the child, right? Depends. I mean, I'm sorry that I didn't know astrology back then, but it could really guide. And that having the boundaries, staying with those boundaries, and bending when necessary, when's necessary. Well, I haven't found that book yet, but kids are very strong. They ask questions. They have to be guided in how to do it respectfully, but they're going to ask questions. And the days of because I said so doesn't work anymore. Back in my day, kids are made to be seen, not heard. And because I told you does not work. But neither is making sure they never feel any kind of emotion,
Yeah.
because they've got
Yeah.
to be able to work through their sadness and their anger and their temper tantrums. They have to be, I picture puppies with big old paws. They haven't grown into the paws yet, and
Yeah.
that's their brains. I told a precious friend last night, I said, your 4-year-old is a puppy with big paws, and her brain is still trying to grow into those paws. And so they don't have the emotion, they don't know how to manage the emotions, but the emotions are everywhere. Long answer.
No, it's perfect because we need to hear that because we need to understand that a lot of the problems that we have are of the mind, and I'm a defender of the mind. The mind is still spirit, but I also know what I'm getting intuitively from spirit, and that we have to work on integrating our psyches, and healing or understanding our past so that we can be better human beings in this world, but also so that we can raise our children in a way that we can evolve into this more peaceful, loving world that we're all wanting. So it's like these two parts have to happen together. I'm getting it bold and strong that this is really important. We've got to take care of the kids. We've got to save the kids, and we've got to all do the personal work on our own self. So really do the inner knowing, the inner work, so that we will do less and less of what we call the mental weapons of protection, is what I call the weapons of protection, which is when we react in ways that are not kind or helpful for other person. We keep doing these patterns over and over again. And so that's what that's why I wanted to kind of get your take on that too. And I do feel what you shared is so beautiful. And then and it's like, how does this like connect with this cosmic shift that we are in right now? Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, well, and we've all probably heard so much about what's coming, the times we're in, um,
Mm,
and having the balance of watching for that, but not watching it so close that it creates anxiety. But these babies are going to take us there.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
outspoken child who asks questions is the one who's going
Yes.
to take us there. And so the daunting, huge parenting job and honor of fostering the child to do that without shutting them down. It's not an easy balance. It's not an easy balance.
Yeah, I know. And um hopefully, fortunately, like one of the things that I am aware of is that we have a lot of insecure attachment relationships out there right now. And it's like, if children can grow up with secure attachments, if we can understand that they are the most dependent of all the mammals in the mammal kingdom are human babies, and that when we give them what they need and help them form a secure attachment, then they grow up and are able to be independent whole beings, within themselves. They're able to grow up and individuate from their parents. But we had it backwards. We're like, we
Yeah.
got to make them independent as a little tiny baby. But it's like, it's the opposite. We get them secure here, then they grow up healthy. Sorry, can you tell I'm passionate about this?
I love it. We need more. We need the passion. We need those that love in their own ways the children and see them and know how to cultivate it. And again, I don't have any answers for that because every child is so different. Every adult's so different.
Yeah,
And guess what I've seen so
yeah.
far
You're cutting out
is
a little
out
bit
of our
once.
own wounds.
Yeah.
We're operating out of our own wounds. And so we are called, Lord, hear me on this. We are called to do our own work. I saw childhood trauma come out all over the place. And, there is, hopefully, we're moving toward not having shame about having a therapist on retainer. Not trying to beef up my own business because I'm good, I'm fine, but have one on retainer. I do. The way to find a good therapist is to ask who theirs is.
Yeah.
Like,
Hold on, you're frozen.
I as well.
There we go. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. There's a therapist or a coach for everybody. So even people who I know who are what I would consider phenomenal beings, like they have a coach too. So it's like, exactly, we all need somebody to help us like move through that process,
Yeah.
so that we can, take responsibility for our happiness. And then we help make the world a better place because we're doing our part to clean up our section of the collective, and I feel like there's a micro
Awesome.
macro connection there. Yeah, thank
Yes.
you. Well, thank you. Coming from you, that's a gift. Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you for that. Thank you for seeing it as such.
I, I appreciate that. Can we segue a little bit into your military work? And thank you all for your comments. We see you, and they're talking about breaking the cycles, and all of this too, and breaking the generational patterns and things too. So there's a lot of activity here, with that too. So
Beautiful.
um, yeah, and your friends are here too. By the way, they're all like, "We're here, Tammy. We're here." So I wanted to let you know that they're here.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for your
So, yeah.
support.
Yeah. And so thank you for your work, with the military too. So because you have all of this mental health background too, and how has that shaped? And there was also a questions about the different cultures that you've experienced too.
Okay, I probably missed some of that because it was getting better, but it's freezing again. But you're asking about the military experience and stuff?
Yes, and there was a question also about the different cultures that you've experienced.
Yes. Oh, that's my favorite topic in the whole wide world. Um, I'm still in awe that I got the opportunity, but you know how spirit works, right? Um, and it came from the oddest of places. I will answer the questions, but the oddest of places, someone who I thought was pretty difficult to work with. She's the one that gave me the lead that they had created a new program. They being OSD, Secretary of Defense, and they had created a program where counselors who are willing to travel go overseas. And I can't say a lot of detail about that. My apologies to everybody. But I got the opportunity, I think it was 2008, to go to Bamberg, Germany, this small town girl from Texas. And my imposter syndrome was put on blast big time. But I did get to go to Bamberg. For those you who don't know, that's in Bavaria, only for 4 weeks, but it absolutely was a major change to my life, getting to be in another culture and getting to do some of the work. I didn't work. And since then, I've gotten to go all over the US to different bases. I have were operated in the Middle East, Italy, Germany 4 times, South Korea, Okinawa. It's so scary, and there's so much to be said about working with our military, but also particularly with the children. And the first impression that I had, I don't know about you guys if you felt the same, was that uh, they have a very stressful life. Well, yes, they, but bases in general are like um, protective bubbles, and they have quite a bit of opportunity as well. Um, I've been involved with some of the theater work with the kids. Um, the I don't know if I'm cutting out or not, but some
A
of
little
the
bit, but
coolest
you're okay.
experience was in. They're familiar with School of Rock with Jack Black. Um, I had a band with teens like that, and I was the vocalist, and it was truly the highlight of that experience. And you guys take a guess. I would love to see what your guesses are. I can't see the comments, Jennifer. You tell me, which country do you guys think was my favorite? Who know?
Okay,
But
I
see if
will.
there's any
Yeah.
responses to that.
Okay, cool. I'll wait for just
Um,
take a few seconds for them to pop in, and yeah, we'll see too. So, but yeah, there's while we're doing that, I was just going to read you some of the comments. So Tony is saying seems to help her friends be a listener, also a listener for other people because I really listen with what I need to say after in a nice way. KB is guessing Japan. And let me see, a lot of stuff about mental abuse and trauma is coming in with the comments too. So it's good we're speaking about this
I
too.
love
So
that.
Japan is one question, is one. Korea, I've got Japan and Korea. Bahrain from Lisa. KB is guessing Japan and Korea. Lisa is guessing Bahrain. And then let's see. I don't have a guess. Hi, Judith. Good to see you. Beautiful. Big hugs to you, love. Linda Swan is guessing India.
Oh, I wish I'd gone to
Okay.
India. I love that. Li- Lisa gave
Indonesia,
herself away because I never said
Bernadette.
Bahrain. I said Middle East. But yes, that is
Okay,
the
yeah,
answer.
the Middle East.
I spent over 4 years in Bahrain and it absolutely was beyond what I imagined. It's Las Vegas in a hijab, is what I like to say.
Oh, wow.
And you never would guess it. It's a lot of fun. And those in my circle, they definitely incessantly about Bahrain. So and absolutely incredible experiences at all the locations. But for those of you who study astrocartography, um, I loved all of the locations, but my vibrations seem to be the highest in Bahrain.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Thank you. And I also just want to give love because there's some people in
Yes.
the comments who are sharing some
So
very
emotional.
personal stories too. And so I just want to give you all like a
Okay.
lot of love and hug and thank you for sharing your vulnerability with all of us here today because I know that's not easy.
Sure.
And I feel like we need to sometimes normalize talking about hard things. It kind of scares people away sometimes, and they want to go to the warm and fuzzy things sometimes instead. And I
Sure.
get that, but we need to normalize the difficult things because then we bring them up to the light, and that's how we heal, right? And
Well said.
and may we normalize love too. It's not that hard. It's like, just let's keep loving each other. Say, I love you. It's really hard for some people, right? But love can be normalized too. So
Well,
we
you
we
bring
can
up a good
always use
point.
more.
A good point too, Jennifer, that believe it or not, it takes more trust to receive than to give. It's easy to say easier to say the I love yous, but to actually, when someone says, I love you, or to gives you a hug and you don't pull away first, the vulnerability of it all is a huge test of trust, which we didn't come into this world not trusting. Well,
Yeah.
there's some arguing about that, but you know, to receive is so difficult. But I try to make it a goal when I think of it to today, I will receive someone's love and just stay in the moment.
Yeah.
Receive the I love you, receive the hug.
The
Uh,
long hug. The long hug. Yes. That's the best. And I understand that sometimes that word can get mixed in with bad behaviors for people when they're younger, and maybe that's why it's hard.
sure.
But if we're willing to just keep moving into the light with that, we can all get there. But there's so much beauty in coming into love and the giving and the receiving, you know. I can't help it. I talk about love all the time, so that's me.
You exude love. You exude love.
Thank you. Thank you. But and I love thank you. And so do you. Um, and um, and I love to share that essence with everybody or to help bring it out. And we're lucky to have a show like this. And it's like, I mean, I was on Lynn's show earlier, supporting her too, and it was a big love fest over there. And it's so wonderful to be in the energy all together. And here we are, we're loving each other, we're being vulnerable, we're talking about hard things, and we're also having joyful moments. So it's where the magic is, you know. So um,
It is.
okay, my dear, can we talk about your music career? Let's talk about music. because I love it.
Any questions out there? I really hope this works because it's freezing up pretty bad. But you said talk about the music, right?
Yes, unless you would like me to read, I can read some comments if you'd like to address any of those. We have a few comments here too, or if anyone has
Oh,
questions about astrology or anything. So, like Bernadette is sharing, she's allergic to most human loves or their definition of growing up. My innocent was taken with love. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Bernadette.
yeah, that is really difficult.
Yeah, I
Blessings.
do feel we can get our innocence back. I really do. I think a lot of people think they can't get it back,
Uh,
but you can.
uh,
You really can. I I've been walked through the
absolutely.
fire. I
And,
walked through the
you know,
fire and I got mine. Yeah.
yes. And, related to walk into the fire, um, I feel like I'm receiving my renewed innocence after, you guys who 28 to 30, that first Saturn return, which there's no other phrase for it, but it's vicious. Many it isn't vicious for. But then that second Saturn return, 58 to 30, I just completed mine. And oh, heaven to Bessie, completed it. And I feel like, I mean, it's fairly a couple of months ago. It lasts a couple of years. We're not talking a small transit, but I feel good, and that it's just time to play. Still get my work done, still do it. I still be a responsible human being, but to laugh more, to find joy more, to connect more. You know, that is something I'm
Play.
going to say, and that's part of the when I just returned from overseas a year ago, and the hardest, most difficult thing, I'm sure it's a COVID reaction, it's all sorts of stuff where we've been so hurt. It's hard to get people to connect. That's part of, Jennifer, that's part of what you're here for. It's also what I'm here for, is to get people like, come on, come out, come out of your houses. And I get it. I totally get it. But now that I'm back in the US, I'm like, man, we need to keep eye contact. How many people walk up to pick up their food or whatever, and they never have eye contact, and they don't realize that's what they're doing? We're dying of loneliness. I'll get off my soapbox with that, but
No, you're
yeah.
right. You're right. And we do have, with what little choice we actually have, because we're spiritual and we're on a journey. There is a choice to move into love or to stay in the loneliness because we're fearful of it too. So it's like you're right. We have to connect and smile and play and laugh and dance and sing. All of that is healing. I wanted to acknowledge.
Watch the babies.
Yes, and take care of the babies. Jasmine, I just wanted to acknowledge Jasmine here too. Emotional intelligence is very sexy. Thank you, Dominic. I agree with you too. Jasmine is saying went through a 12-year horrible family court matter, won in the end,
Listen,
but went through so much. Though all of that, through all of that, I started a Facebook group for mothers going through the family court process to help them mentally be strong so they can focus on
yeah,
doing what's best for their children. Thank you. I ended up, I got chills, Jasmine, helping hundreds of
blessing.
mothers and helped so many children come out of that process. Um, yeah, thank you, Jasmine, for sharing. Yeah, that's a whole nother that's a whole nother thing. Thank you for your contribution to helping moms and their kids and make it through that too. There's a lot of difficulties when it comes to family court because we're talking about intimate partner violence and we're talking about separation and all these kinds of things, and it's just a very difficult process to go through. So I want to thank you for your contribution, and having a sense of humor is a key. Is definitely key. We have to laugh at some of this, or we're gonna die of sadness. So um,
There's so
singing
many
is her
places to get
passion.
involved.
Yes, absolutely. Tammy, can we move into the music? Michelle is saying her daughter loves singing. It's her passion. And you're a singer too.
I don't know if you can hear me. It froze. I'm waiting for you to come back. Here we go. Say that again.
Yes.
My apologies.
Michelle was saying that her daughter loves to sing. It's her passion. And I was saying, you're a singer too. It's your passion.
Yes, it is. Yes,
So
it is.
how did music
And
come
would you
into your
believe
life?
it was probably about, I say at this point, only about 7 or 8 years ago, I got a reading from Sterling Day. And I've worked with her for quite a few years. And she said, I keep seeing you in a red dress on near a piano. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I've only sang beside my grandmother in the church. What are you talking about? She goes, you're supposed to sing. That's part of what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, oh my, well, how am I supposed to do it? Well, like any reader, they're going, baby, that's up to you. you know? And so, in a very earthy fifth house and Capricorn way, I started going to karaoke every weekend and making myself get up there ever been. And that, Capricorn being governed by Saturn, I said, I'm just going to keep doing it until I don't fall off the stage anymore. And the most scary, you guys, was I didn't realize how scary until I tried to start doing that myself at karaoke. And it was called kamikaze karaoke, where the karaoke jockey comes up with the song and you have to sing it. Choose. That was interesting. So flash forward, in the Middle East, I was singing a couple of bands, been involved with the band here, and just sing any opportunity I can. And I'll tell you what I love about it is it's a great way to connect to people where there's music, just invites them to come up and start talking to you where normally they would not. And so
Yeah.
that was only 7 or 8 years ago.
Wow. Wow. Look at you now. And you play, and you're in different kinds of bands and genres, are correct, right?
Yes.
Sorry, you're freezing
Yes.
just a little, but we're
Into a
getting
place
it.
and getting a feel for the audience and figuring out what they want to hear depending on the crowd. I like that. So,
Um, Beautiful. Oh, I wanted to give Mike a shout out to Mike Egan. He's a fabulous healer, and he does a lot of work with the homeless in Ohio.
oh,
He gets out there with them, giving them supplies that they need. So beautiful man too. And he says we connect with our authenticity with opening up and others like-minded. Loneliness is real. We must connect. Yeah,
well
thank you,
said,
Mike. Thank you. Well said. Yes,
Martha.
very sorry. So, um, beautiful Tammy. Would you be okay with trying a little bit of music for all of us? Just a little bit of a song. I know we're having a little freezing, but if the angels will come in and help, we shall invite the musical
I don't know.
angels. We could try.
Yes, I would love that. There is a song that first fateful night that I went to go sing that I was given what I now know to be a download of a suggestion for a song. And that is this one from the Papas. And I think Pink Martini also does it amazingly. And I would like to give that a try. I am going to just flip off the video just so hopefully it won't freeze as easily, if that's okay. And let me know if you can still hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, everybody, you got a special treat.
Okay. Yay. Okay. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in a sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you miss me. When I'm alone and blue as can be, dream a little dream of me. I hope that came through.
That was fabulous, fabulous. Thank you, Tammy.
That's the Texas version of the Mamas and the Papas.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And we are all dreamers here, so there is not a more perfect song than that. It's like we are literally dreaming this dream, and so then we get to figure out how fabulous we're going to make it to be. So thank you for that. Beautiful, just beautiful. Thank you. So that what a gift.
Here's to more dreaming, you guys.
Here's to more dreaming. Um,
Thank you for the opportunity. I love it.
we're
Yes.
we're so blessed. May I ask, I'm just going to take a quick little segue for anybody who's just joined us. We've got another show coming on at 5 with Michael Christopher and Jennifer Lee, Spiritually Imperfect. And please join us on Sunday for the Love of Spirit Sunday spiritual service. It's our final one for summer break, and then we'll be back in September. And I've got the fabulous and amazing Bill Hughes from the UK joining us as our guest medium. You don't want to miss it. I've been trying for 2 years to get him, so I'm feeling very accomplished, and it might be another 2 years before I get him again. So you don't want to miss that. Please join us, and it's at mediumjenniferrose.com to sign up. So thank you. I want to get that out. Thank you for sharing, tagging, subscribing, commenting, and hitting the little heart reaction button on our video on Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We really appreciate it. And a little thumbs up over on YouTube. All right, Miss Tammy, you have gifted us with so many things, and we've had such a beautiful discussion. There's a lot of love here. I want to read you some of the comments.
Thank you, guys.
Marie,
Oh,
hi Marie. She says hello. Evelyn says you have an angelic voice. Christine
Oh,
says that was beautiful. Ava says amazing
thank
song and singing was beautiful.
you.
Mike Egan in all caps. OMG, Tammy, gratitude. That was amazing.
Good
Tony
group
is
of people.
saying
I like
thank
them.
you. Yeah, I told you it's so much love here too. So it's just like I was like, you never have to worry when you're coming on Embracing Affinity because you are going to be embraced with love.
Apparently. Thank
That's
you.
why we call it Embracing Infinity. So hi Melinda, good to see you, beautiful.
Yes.
So Tony's saying, wow, beautiful, Tammy. So thank you. And thank you all for supporting each other over in the comments, because I know we were sharing some very, sensitive and vulnerable moments, and there was a lot of love being given and received for each other in that capacity. So I want to thank you for that as well. We're at 1:11 Pacific time, Tammy, over here.
Oh,
So
nice.
there's a lot
That
of
is
divine,
beautiful.
I know, or a lot of divine synchronicity. Um, I know we didn't get time to do messages today, but I feel like we covered a lot of beautiful, important things, and that was the message. Is what we all needed to hear, is being in that love. But would you have a final words or like a collective message that you would want everybody to know here today? Because people will also be coming back and watching the replay as well.
Wow. Spirit's here because I'm emotional thinking about it. If only I could speak it into existence, but I'm going to give it a try. Reach out, give a compliment. A lot of times that opens people up, and in our heads, the negative messages, just that beautiful message to someone, even if it's simple, can really open someone up and make their day, and to help us start to connect more our own version of pain. And so just to give that small little comment, that might be the only human connection that person had that day. Let's start connecting more. And thank you guys so much for all the love and support. And thank you, Jennifer, for allowing me the honor.
Thank you, Tammy, and what a beautiful gift to have you with us. Your love and your light, your energy, your frequency, your soul is phenomenally beautiful. So now I'm getting emotional too, because I know the divine brought us together.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, yes, yes, it did. Yes, it did. And so I
Except
want to thank you for being here, but also everything you've done for the world and for humanity. on an individual and collective level. You help people heal in many different ways. You are a healer, you are a guide, you're an angel on earth. So we're blessed to have you in this world because we sure need you. Yeah. Okay, my dear, I want to
Received.
thank.
Received.
Beautiful, beautiful. I also want to thank our beautiful Kelly Brickle for taking good care of us as she always does. She works tirelessly and she is one busy lady. So we want to thank her for being the producer of the Sacred Spiral Network and taking care of all of us as she always does. We could not do this without her. So we are very blessed. I want to thank everybody here for joining us and for sharing and your love and your vulnerability. We see you and we love you and we appreciate you. May all of this love, all of this healing that we have been in today, all of this power, this beautiful spirit be infinitely multiplied. So every form of being, every consciousness will feel loved, will feel safe, will have food, will have shelter, and be able to have a beautiful life, especially our beautiful children. Live well, love you well, and walk each step with grace. It will take you far. I promise you. Lots of love. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Tammy. And we
Thank
will
you,
see you
everybody.
next time on Embracing Infinity. God bless everybody. Thank you.